ever woken up one day and realized that your life has crumbled down? Have you ever woken up one day and realized you tried so hard to build something out of your name and something out of your life and just be better and change your home and your community, and you gave it your all, but it didn't work and it's like you failed? Have you? Have you ever woken up one day feeling, I can't take this anymore? I feel I am tired and I am drained and I will not be in a position to go on anymore? Have you ever looked around you and told yourself, maybe it's time I just let go and just, you know, decide that life has defeated me and I can't live anymore? Have you? Have you ever woken up one day and all you could think of is how you can't do this anymore? Like, you've given your all, you've given everything you could, and you've worked so hard, and you've tried your best to, not be reduced to where people said of you or where you came from, but it's like you are now defeated. I don't know if you've ever reached that point. That point where you just one day wake up and everything has built up, all the disappointments, all the griefs, all the pain, all the tears, they've just built up, and now you're just like a ticking bomb waiting. Hello, online family. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Brightstar, and this one is just not another star. This one is bold, bright, beautiful, brave, brilliant, and a little extra. Bright by name, star by nature. Bright by name, bold by purpose. Built from grass to grace, rising through skies and refusing to dim. On this channel, I am not just Brightstar. I am your online bestie. Here, we laugh, we shine, and we grow together. So if you're here for the lessons, the laughter, or something a little extra, you are in the right place. Life is too short to dim your light. And if you've ever lost your light, I hope you find some of it here. On to today's topic. Have you ever felt lost? I mean, I don't even think I need to ask questions. This is going to be a very raw conversation. This is going to be myself speaking on this camera. I am not sure I will stay long enough to post this video. I hope I do. If you ever see it, just know that I survived whatever I was going through. But I hope I survived because I feel like I have reached the end, and I was like, what is the best way? Then just do a YouTube video or a talk and just remember this day and, So where do I start? Ever since I was a little girl, born in a village somewhere, I always wanted to build something for myself. You see, I wasn't born in a normal circumstance. Forgive my lights, like today is just, so if you see the light going on and off, just understand, like, I wasn't born in a normal circumstance, okay? I was born by a teen mom, and as a result, I was raised by my grandparents. And for the longest time, I actually wanted to grow up and build something for myself, because as a child, I was made to feel like I couldn't be much. And I had this accident when I was 1 year, almost turning 2 years. And I think back and say I was different. And when I went to school, all I wanted was to work hard and succeed, because I knew with one hand I needed to be a star. I needed to have people around me to help me. Anyway, in primary, of course, I experienced rejections here and there from other kids. Of course, kids are very innocent, so they're gonna joke and they're gonna talk about stuff. And so, as a child, that wasn't really a big deal because I was okay. Like, a lot of things had not happened, and all I did was study, be the top in my class, and just, you know. Then I went to high school. High school is a time where I started like literally struggling with accepting myself, fitting in, and all that and all that. And so I started isolating myself because I was feeling so alone. I was just like, you know. In high school, I started writing music, and I would actually teach my classmates music. And I thought I was gonna be a music star someday. That was my biggest dream. And I used to feel if I become a music star, I can actually share my journey and just inspire other people and be this source of hope. All I ever wanted was to be a source of hope. I went to university. I was, underage. I was just, this smart child. But university, I also struggled a lot. At that point, I lived with a family that I shared with them my dream of being a musician. And they said, I remember the lady told me with a hand like mine, no one was going to buy music. And honestly, that really drained me so much. And I stopped singing. I stopped going to church. And I started hiding my hand. I wanted to be a star. And I kept asking myself, what kind of a star will I be if no one will buy? And so I think growing up, I was really, really shaped by the conversations I had people say about my hand. And for that reason, I really struggled to really, really accept myself. It might look like a small thing to a lot of people, but the biggest battle, the biggest war you can ever have is the war within yourself and feeling you're not enough and just trying to fit in and just trying to prove that you're enough. And because of that one reason, I worked extremely hard in school. I won awards. I was a student leader. I was just shining. I thought if I achieved so much in life, then the world could look through and just, see the star in me. Anyway, fast forward after university, I was living with this family. Her name is Mom Rose, and she really loved me. That was the first time I felt loved. It's so unfortunate that the first time I felt love was when I was a teenager, but it's also very fortunate that I was able to experience love because not everybody gets to experience it. And Mom Rose loved me like her own child. Oh my goodness, I was loved. She knew, she understood me, she saw me, she knew I was struggling with all this, my background and all that. And she gave her all to love me. She poured and poured to me. And honestly, after living with her for a while, it's like I started believing that I was good enough, and I was, she loved me. She treated me like a princess. I had literally love from my mother, and that was the best thing that ever happened to me. Anyway, to cut the long story short, Mom Rose is the person who shaped everything that I am today. Okay, we can say the world shapes 30%, but she shaped the 70%, which was the largest. My dressing code, she would wake up every day and dress up. She was reading the Bible, helping the needy, taking care of everyone. She was literally what I have been trying to be for the last few years. And I got to see someone who loved God and loved people. And I got an idea that maybe I could be that, like maybe I could be Mom Rose in the next generation. And I tried my best to be that. But immediately I stopped living with Mom Rose. I started visiting her. I would go to her home weekends. Mom Rose got dementia. And honestly, that was like the way everything about my life went. It went south. Because having I've lived with her and having I've experienced her love and her care, it did not matter what everyone else had told me. It did not matter the families I lived with that did not treat me well. It didn't matter. Like, all mattered was Mom's love. And just before I figured life, just before I figured who I was, I lost her. Okay? And it was too heavy for me. And I chose to bury that behind work. And so I worked. I was busy throughout. I was sleeping in the office. I used to think if I hid my pain, then, and let me show you my outfit. Anyway, I used to think if I hid my pain, then it was going to go away. And maybe that's why I got it wrong. Because it never went away. It never did. And for the last 4 years, I've been holding on, hoping that Mom will be fine. And every time I go to visit her, I find myself crashing again. I will crash for like a week or a month, God knows. And then I will be okay, and then I will keep on. And then I go visit her again, and then I find myself with that cycle, I mean. And the more I tried to hide, I did all I could, online in social media. I was talking about her because I wanted everyone to know her name and just understand this beautiful woman who took care of me. Everything was fine until last year. Last year, just things went south. Okay? And they didn't go south in a bad manner. Okay, maybe in a bad manner. But the first time, it was November last year. I went to visit her. I don't want to cry, but I have made a promise to myself that I'm going to give this story. I went to visit her, and this time I told myself it was time I accepted that she'll never be okay. And so I was letting go. And that, what I've learned about grief is the more you postpone it, the time you will accept it, it will hit you as if it's the first time it's happening. And so since November, I wasn't okay. I came in the office, I crashed, I stayed for like a week. I was an emotional wreck. And I couldn't understand, the way you saw this person doing so much kindness to the world. You saw this person be so kind to everyone. And now they are gone, And now they are not okay. They're not understanding you and all that. And I think all the pain I've carried all those years, it just came crashing down. And I was in so much pain, and I did not know I was going to make it, honestly. I thought the best way of getting out of all this is just, end it all. Around December 23rd. Okay, when I was crashing out, when I was talking about all this, about Mom, the one person I reached out to was one of her sons. And I was telling him, I actually tried to reach out to all his kids, all her kids. She had like 3 kids. And I was trying to tell him that, hey, I feel I should do something for Mom. Mom was so passionate about the needy. So I think like maybe I should have a foundation for her name. or even a fashion school, because she was passionate about fashion and she used to dress up so well. And then he told me we meet at home on December 25th. So I told my grandparents that I was going to, you know, spend my holidays with mom. Sorry, like today I will not be eloquent as in other videos, so I'm gonna try and just keep it together. On 29th, I was packing to go home. My Nia was supposed to go home now to mom's. And then I saw all the newspapers, like not the newspapers really, it was like online in social blogs, and they were posting a certain CEO committed suicide. And I thought it was a joke, and I just checked it, called home, and unfortunately the CEO who committed suicide, or who fell, let's say who fell from, it was a 14th floor building. His name was Isaac Mora, rest in peace Isaac Mora. Happened to be mom's son. He happened to be the person who I saw being so close to mom. Like he happened to be her child. And I don't know like how, what that broke in me. I went home, I was with mom. Thank God, with mom's condition, she can't like process a lot of things. And for once it made sense, because in that condition, it means, you know, she couldn't process it. And I was glad she couldn't, but I have been carrying the pain, I've been carrying the grief. And, you know, when I was younger, I used to think if I was born in a normal parent, like a normal family, I would have turned out to be very successful and very happy. Because I was talented, I had all these big dreams. Oh God, I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry. I don't think I'll post this video. I don't. I think this video will just be for me. If I post it, maybe I would just want people to learn one thing or two. But I'm not sure I would want to post it. It's like I'm doing this video for myself. And now since then, I haven't been okay. I have just been like thinking about mom. Why, asking God why. And if it's like he gave me permission to go. You know, the way like for the longest time I held on to everything that I went through, to the point that I never thought at some point I would think of just living in this world. Of course, when I was younger, there were some days I thought maybe it would be better. But now as an adult, this is the first time I've thought of it. And I was like, why did he make it so easy? Like, he had everything. He had a company, a big tech company. Why did he do that? And I haven't been okay. And it has destroyed me mentally so much. And then I feel like it has spilled over to my business. I am easily angered. I am trying to I am letting go team members. I am easily worked up. It's like I'm in the worst mental state of my life. And it's like, I feel like everything I've built has crumbled right in front of me. I've been trying to just survive and be fine. But I don't know if I'll survive. I don't know. It's like everything that I had held up just came back. And now I'm mentally drained. I'm mentally tired. I just want to sleep and never wake up. Particularly this week has been so heavy on me. Or is it for me? I feel like this has been a very tough week. Okay, so today's on a Thursday. Then last week on Friday, I was so overwhelmed. Like, I do not know how to process everything. And I'm a leader. I have a company. I have a team. I am easily angered, easily irritated by them. So it's like, so I just felt so drained, like I'm not fit to lead a company. And then I decided to go and rest in my grandmother's. So I thought by resting, I'll come back on Monday when I'm okay. So Saturday I rested. Sunday, there was a call between some of my family members. And, family is family. So I'm not just going to say what happened. But the conversation was very triggering to me because honestly, what I've done is try to be there for my family. Even when I was struggling myself, I tried to protect them. I tried to be there. And even one of them went ahead and said I should just close my business. Okay, he needed some money. And so my grandma was trying to explain to him that it's the first month and business hasn't been so good. And then he goes like, if your business isn't good, just close down and come home. And my grandma's like, but she supports all of us. So if she closes down, what will happen? Who will buy food? Who will buy? And then he just goes like, we will just all, it's better when we are all together. And then he was like, even if you're running a business, you should supposed to be having some savings. Like, I couldn't believe, like, what happened was my grandmother put it in loudspeaker. And I think she intentionally wanted me to hear because sometimes I refuse to be engaged in family politics because there are a lot of issues sometimes with family, especially if you're the one who is providing. That's what I've learned. So I'm always trying to avoid being part of those conversations. But she put in loudspeaker and she was like, she sat somewhere next to me and I was so drained already. I was so emotionally struggling. So I did not want her to... I did not talk. I just kept quiet. But of course I could hear it. And I think that was her intention. And that whole thing drained me, because I've never had like a stable family, because I've never, been raised in a normal family setup. I've lived with 7 families plus my grandparents. That's 8. Family means so much to me. So much to the point that if they do something, it can actually end up draining me. And so that whole conversation, I have not gone into detail. It literally drained me. I was like, but I live for you guys. When I'm just experiencing some rough patches, that's when you can talk like that. And I did not know how to handle it. So I was like, it took me back, and I was not okay. Then around the same Sunday, around 11 p.m., 11 a.m. No, it was Sunday, 11 a.m., where I received a message. So there was a time I was doing a project in 2024. I was trying to do some business projects. I was trying to invest. And it didn't end up well. So I ended up losing a lot of money. And in that time, one of my friends had given me some money. Yeah. And so I think she felt I hadn't returned the money on time. And so I had kept on like promising I was gonna send it back, but things didn't, since 2024, things didn't just look up for me. And I kept hoping things are gonna be fine, but it hasn't been fine. So 2024, 2025, and I communicated through it. Like, I have messages, I communicate throughout how things were. But I think she wasn't like, so the family was involved and stuff like that. And so the message was very threatening. And it was like, you sure tomorrow you be ready so that we make it easier for the recovery process or something like that. And I crashed out. I cried that night. I cried that night because I knew I don't have a lot of time. It's like everything is just not going my way. And I will never forget, because that was the Grammys night. And I had the worst night. And I started thinking about my dreams when I was younger. That my dream was to be a musician. and not so many people believe that I could be one. So please forgive me. And now it was Grammys night, and I was like, what if I chased my dream of being a musician? Maybe I would be very far by now. And I cried out for all my dreams that I no longer have. I cried for all the ambitions I had as a child and believing that I was going to be so great and so successful. And I cried. And so the following day, I woke up crying. I wasn't I wasn't okay. I cried, and then so I had the office phones. I told my grandmother to take them to the office, but she said she's not gonna leave me behind. But I wish she did, because I would have stayed at home. But she couldn't, so I came to the office. Been living in the office for like the past 1 year, because I was trying to like just have everything sorted out. You know, I said I lost a lot of money 2020. So when I lost the money, I was like, maybe I could save myself by just living in the office and have the business running instead of closing the business. Oh God. Let me take tissue. I came to the office. We had a conversation with the people who are saying they were gonna, and I crashed out. I cried on that phone call, and I told them, I was like, it just, things didn't go my way. And admitting that and saying that to a stranger really broke something in me. And that same day, my videographer didn't show up for work. And the following day, he wasn't available. And so I knew something was wrong. And of course, I tried reaching out. He wasn't picking calls. So it ended up he had shut down emotionally. And we had a conversation with him today. And his mom has been sick, so he ended up shutting down, like he was feeling overwhelmed. But also handling that, and him, I've not been recording, but handling him not being okay, and he was like, also my friend, it also like literally broke me. My anxiety went so high, because I was worried something might have happened to him. It just happens, like, he was so professional, but this time he wasn't. He just shut down, and he was going through a lot. Then I tried to just be okay. And then what else happened? A lot of things happened. Like, I feel like this week has been moving from one thing to another. And then today, the final thing that has broken me, like, totally happened. And I just told 3 of my team members not to come back to work. And those 3 team members include my grandma. She works for me, but I kind of find myself having to emotionally deal with a lot. And right now, all I want is for someone to see that I'm not okay. But no one does. Like, no one. Since I was a child, I've always had to, like, be the strong person, be the one fixing the family, be the one taking care of everyone. And I was okay with it. But I feel like I'm tired, and everything I've built has crumbled right in front of my eyes. And even when I was like around Tuesday, or was it Wednesday, I was sharing with one of my mentors. He was like my main business mentor for the longest time. And I was sharing with him, and I was telling him about the fact that I was being taken to, because of the death. I feel I built my brand with so much hard work. No shortcut. I tried so much to be Brightstar. And I tried to just build a business ethically, and it will break me so much to just fail publicly, and I feel like I'm failing publicly. And instead of him understanding what I was saying, he started asking me, if someone exposes me, exposes you, what do they have to gain? Like, who would be interested? It's like he tried to minimize me. Like, I mean, I have built something. My story would be interesting to some people to just watch me fail. And he tried to make me feel as if I was overthinking, of which I wasn't. Like, there's a big possibility that my life is just gonna crumble. And I am not able to handle that because I've put so much effort for the last few years to just build my brand. And he just tried to dismiss it, like, in a very casual manner. And what I did is I hung up, and I knew I will never talk to him again. Yeah, so today I was with my team, I was listening, so they needed me to put a lot of effort in looking for work, in you know, and I was telling them I used to be so passionate about the business, but then it's like I just stopped being passionate because I was always constantly dealing with something. And while it's okay, I understand that's the nature of every business, I'm also not like, I am also young. So and I've been, remember, it's not like I started dealing with things when I was dealing with my business. No. I've been dealing with things since I was young. So I'm always sorting something with my business. There's always an issue with an employee. There's always an issue with a team, the hiring and the firing. And honestly, what that has done is it has drained me so much because I care for people, I value people. And so business sometimes needs you to have this like tough heart, which I don't have. And so even if I let go of some team members, I end up being hurt and I end up being drained. And so it's just been a lot, and today I was having a team with them, and of course they're coming and sharing with me, the things I would wish I do for them. Some of them needed loans, some of them, it has been a tough month, like there's no business. And you know what I always do? Whenever someone is going through something, even if I myself am struggling, I always go my way to solve it. And so that's what I've been doing for the last few years when I was running the business. But then there's no one who solves my issues. Like, I wish I had a mom or a dad to call when things just get tough. And it hurts me so much knowing that I used to have Mama Rose and God took her. Because if Mama Rose was there, instead of me doing this video in this room, which has been my house for the last few months, of plus a year plus, I would be talking to her. And so I realized I've never felt this alone all my life. And so I just decided to, instead of sitting down and crying it out, I'll just decide to do this video. And then two things are going to happen. I will either bounce back and rebuild my life after all this. And maybe I will look at this video and be proud of myself. Or I'll never bounce back. And I'll go down the drain. And even if I do, at least I've tried to put everything that was happening to me in a video. And I hope if you're there and you feel like I'm feeling right now, I hope you're not alone. Sometimes you're not the problem. I mean, I can confidently say that because, sometimes we are meant to feel like we don't work hard, we don't give our best, and that's why we are struggling. But I can tell you, every single day I've given my best. I've given my all. And maybe life is built in a way that some people were meant to succeed and others were meant to fail no matter how much they tried. I honestly feel like no matter how much I try, something always goes wrong. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like I'm always solving things. And, as a child, I wanted to work extremely hard so that I'm not always solving things because it was so draining. But I feel like I've constantly attracted that life of a child who was always solving things. And now I'm a young adult and I know no peace. I'm always solving something. And I'm drained and I'm tired and I don't want to solve anything. I just want to breathe for like a minute, you know? And so it made me realize, like, I was looking at all my life and I was looking at it, I was like, even when I saw the business world, I had like this business partner and friendship and business. But it was like I came to realize I was constantly solving his issues. Like he was constantly stuck in this, and I was constantly trying to help. Until one of his friends or his girlfriend reached out to me and told me he was not honest with me. And so I had to let go of a partnership and start a new business by myself. And again, I had this mentor who was constantly, you know, I feel like I'm oversharing. But I was also trying to constantly solve the crisis. I don't know. I think I've been too naive. I was too kind. I was really trying to be like mom. And I tried to solve everyone's problems. I tried to be there for everyone. And now I'm depleted and I have nothing left to give to the world or to even survive. I break down easily. I cry like very fast. I do not want to see people. I am in that. Our office, this is our office. Our offices in 4 months arrest now, and I need to clear it tomorrow. My cards, they need to be cleared by banks. Like, I've honestly tried every possible thing to just rebuild my life, but it feels like there's no coming back from this. And I feel like I am better off sleeping forever, you know? I've tried to reach out to a few friends. I am not a friends person. I stay alone. It's something I picked as a child. The few I've tried to, most of them didn't pick. Afterwards, people don't like having conversations when you're going through stuff. And so here I am. And I did the only thing I did that I knew. Just record a video and just tell anyone who's ever built and life just didn't work. I am a living example. I tried my best. I did. I know I did. Like. So if you're watching this, I want you to know that you're not lazy. You're just exhausted. Okay? And every person goes through that period, and this is mine. The only difference is that I've shared mine in this video. But how do you lose yourself? You lose yourself without even knowing. I didn't see myself getting here. I didn't. All I know was I'm fixing this. I'm trying my best. I'm trying to be better. I am going to deal with this. I am going to overcome this. I am going to just one day be strong. But that wasn't the case. It wasn't. I kept on moving from one box to another, And now I've exhausted all the possible options that I had. And I've been telling myself from Monday, I'm going to call some clients and ask them if they can pre-order so that, the business can go on. But the saddest thing? I have had the books with me. All the books with our contact list. But I've not been able to call people because I don't feel there's a need anymore. I feel like I have already failed and I should just let it. And that's like the most painful thing. I just didn't burn out. It just happened step by step. And now every small thing triggers me so much. And now I am not sure if I'll ever recover. I'm not sure if this. I am not sure. And I hope I do recover. I have a lot of clothes. Even today I found myself asking myself, if I go today, who will wear all these beautiful clothes that are waiting for me? I found myself asking myself that. And I was like, God, I hope this is not the end of my story. Like, I hope you can just perform a miracle for me to be okay. Oh yeah, and today I was summoned by this guy. So they called me and they told me someone has reported me, so it has to be with my friend. So I need to go and show up. I don't know. I hope I'll be able to solve everything that I am going through. I feel tired. And I want you to know it's okay for you to feel like this. And yesterday I read a tweet that really scared me. I don't know how true that tweet is, but let me read it for you. So this is a quote that I read. I don't know. It's not a quote. It's like a tweet, but I don't know how whether it's a real tweet or what. But I read it and I was like, oh my goodness! And it was saying, the man who wrote How to Save Your Marriage in the U.S. shot his wife and posted the photo online. Dale Carnegie, author of How to Win Friends and Influence People, died completely alone. Benjamin Spark, who shaped modern parenting and sold millions of books, had sons who tried to place him in a nursing home. Maria Montessori, the world's most celebrated educator, gave her own son to foster care to raise other people's children. A Korean author behind the bestseller How to Be Happy took her own life after years of depression. The pattern is disturbing. The people selling life answers often couldn't save themselves. Coaches, gurus, influencers. They package reality, confidence, and control while private and groveling. Teaching wisdom doesn't equal living, and sometimes the louder the advice, the deeper the chaos behind it. Self-help isn't proof of mastery, it's often proof of searching. And honestly, that quote got me. And I was like, I've been speaking a lot of, motivation to everyone. I want to inspire everyone around me. And why is that? It's because I've been through so much. And I've always tried to, turn my pain into lessons. But I hope I will not end up as another story of those self-help gurus who committed. I hope that won't be my story. I was just imagining the number of people I've inspired, because I've always tried to inspire people because I know what it feels to be alone. And I was like, imagine them coming across my videos and they're like, Brightstar, I hope that's not the end of my story. I hope I can bounce back and just be okay, honestly. I just hope this is not the end of my story, but I feel it is, and it's so sad. And if you're there, please don't be like me. Please be strong. Please rebuild. There's nothing you can't rebuild, though I'm in a position where I am not sure if I will be able to. Yeah. So you're not alone. I know. If you ever felt like me at some point, you're not alone. I am mourning my dreams that I didn't achieve. The people I tried to build when no one was there to build me. Oh yeah, and I forgot to say I'm supposed to go to school on March. I had even applied to do masters. And my mom, Rose's son, who passed away, he had actually told me he was going to help me. And now that means I need to find my university. I need to find my masters. You see, that's what I'm saying. I feel like I'm always dealing with something, honestly. Every time I think my life is settling and things are just going to be okay, something will happen that will take me to zero. And I don't know how to process that anymore. I'm still questioning life. I'm like, I don't want to live like this forever. And it's so sad. Anyway, I don't want to keep on going and going on. We have come to the end of today's videos. If you stayed until this end, where I'm just ranting, thank you. I wish you, I'm sending you nothing but love, light, and I hope you find your way to navigate wherever you're going through. They say every successful person reached this point. So maybe I'm about to start the next chapter of my success. Who knows? Maybe God wanted me to do this video so that when He's elevating me and I'm succeeding, and I can look at it and just admire it. And you know, sometimes God has a way of pushing you to the edge so that He can bless you publicly. Maybe that's what He wants to do with me. I honestly hope this is not the end of my story. I only hope I will bounce back and I'll be strong and I will be there for Mom. I want to spend Mom's last days with her. But I am here struggling with mental pain and carrying grief, and it breaks me in ways I can't tell. So I hope I can just be able to be there, bounce back. Oh yeah, something else that I forgot to tell you is I've been living in the office for the last over 1 year plus. And yeah, this is my room. I think I can flip, you see it? So that's my mattress. So once I'm done, I'm going to like make the bed on this other side, on this side. And honestly, I was so okay with it. Like, I was feeling it's okay. Every person has to self-sacrifice for them to make it. But then yesterday, when I was going to shower, I felt I was done with it. Like, I felt I couldn't do it anymore. Like, I just want to be in my house and just get my own place. So you see, everything has crumbled on my face. Well, I could see and I couldn't stop it. And I've decided to share with you. So I hope if you're going through something like me, you make it. Bye bye, and see you in the next video, if there will be any. Hello. So, I forgot to say something. If you've ever lost yourself, what happened exactly? I will be very curious to hear your story, and how did you bounce back? Maybe it will help someone. What are some of the steps to find yourself again after losing yourself? Did you lose yourself like all at once, or it was just by small steps? And what advice would you give to someone who is going through it right now? It's a love story. It's a love story. Anyway, this is the love story. And how do you be strong during those things? Now that I've calmed down, I can maybe share a few things. So what am I exactly feeling right now? Honestly, I don't know. I'm feeling tired, drained, exhausted. I am feeling I can't do this anymore. Like, I've been strong for years and I can't do it anymore. I don't know. I have texted one person that I know and I asked him if we could have a conversation. I don't know him that much. He's just someone I look up into social media, and there's a time he had reached out to me. So I've sent him a message. I hope he will be available. I don't know why I want to speak to him, but I feel like I need to open up to at least one person before it's too late. And you know what makes me overly tired is when I started out, I used to be so confident. I used to just not let anything drain me. Honestly, I used to be, if I don't have money, I'm calling people until I get a solution. I used to be, if we don't have work, I am calling people until I get people who are buying. Like, I was so positive about life. But then I feel like the more I dealt with a lot of things, the more I started like second guessing myself. And now I'm no longer so confident, like, and that is what makes me feel like I can't go in. You know, when you're born poor, when you're born, oops, I'm not doing this in YouTube format, so let me do it. You know, when you're born poor, I like that. You know, when you're born poor, when you're born that you have to build your own wealth, you need a lot of confidence for you to survive. But then it's like I lost that confidence. And now I don't see the need of me living anymore. And honestly, that hurts. Really. Because I used to be the biggest dreamer, the biggest positive person ever, before life just broke me. And now I'm not sure if I have what it takes to survive this world. You know, there's so much that someone can take, honestly. And I've tried my best. I just hope that things turn around for me, honestly. Because right now, it's not just a matter of what people have done. It's just that every small thing seems to be breaking me. And that tells you you've hit your depression point, or, you know, maybe I just need to go to sleep. Maybe tomorrow will be a better day. I don't know. If it's gonna be a better day, I'm gonna do a video and just update how I am. I wish I could be a streamer or something. And this one will just be live. I feel my thoughts are everywhere. I hope this video communicated something to you. And one thing I forgot to say, I feel like there's a video I did sometime back here, and I was saying if you start being strong too early, you'll get tired too early. So I think that's my story, really. Like, I started being strong too early, helping everyone, being there for everyone, but now it failed. And